Hi guys, welcome back to That Effing Guy. Today we're going to discuss the Man of Steel update, obviously regarding Henry Cavill returning as the role of Superman. Yes! I know yesterday, the other day when I had my first Man of Steel video, I was wearing a Jurassic Park t-shirt and I kind of was like, yeah, that's kind of not, yeah. And I never realised that until afterwards actually. I think I realised it halfway through my video. And we're just like, fuck it. So, Henry Cavill, there's ongoing discussions of Henry Cavill returning as a Man of Steel. Now, we know it within the DCU. Now, we now know that it's pretty much 100% less likely it's going to be a Man of Steel 2, and it will just be cameo based roles, and then maybe larger roles in regards to Shazam 2, Shazam 3, Black Adam, obviously alongside Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Obviously we know that Dwayne Johnson's ex-wife is his manager, and his manager, who's his ex-wife, is also Henry Cavill's manager, and they've been reportedly campaigning to get the two of them together, hence why The Rock keeps going on about Superman versus Black Adam. Now obviously we've already had an animated film, Shazam and Superman versus Black Adam. I've seen about 90% of it and it was really cool. I don't know, I've never been a fan of the animated films. It's kind of one of those kind of things where when you watch the animated DC EU movies, you're just like, I wish they were live action. I just want that on big screen. I want that live action. Superman, Red Son, fucking Harley Quinn and Joker side by side doing their shit, fighting Batman, fighting Superman, etc. Why can't we get that on the big screen? But anyway, we're here to discuss Man of Steel update. So, it's not, obviously, we know that Wonder Woman 1984 has finished filming. Now that's not saying, obviously, because that's been pushed back to next year, that's not saying that they can't squeeze in a Superman cameo at the very end. Same with Suicide Squad, James Gunn, obviously Suicide Squad, that's not coming out to next year as well. And then obviously the Batman. I think the Batman's less likely because the fact that Henry Cavill's Superman is going to be obviously like talking to and acknowledging Ben Affleck's Batman and Justice League in the present day DCU, because obviously we know that Matt Reeves' Batman is supposedly set in the 90s, and it's still kind of set in stone that it is set in the 90s. We've not had like 100% confirmation, but it's still looking as though it's still set in the 90s. So it'd be a bit funny, it'd be a bit odd seeing Henry Cavill's Superman interact with Ben Affleck's Batman and then Robert Pattinson's younger Batman, who we still don't quite know if it's 100% younger Ben Affleck in the DCU or if it is, which kind of bamboozles us a wee bit, because obviously Ben Affleck's Batman in the Joss Whedon cut of the Justice League was acknowledged, like the Batman Returns events, obviously Penguins, etc. So then we're thinking, is he Michael Keaton's Batman? Because obviously then Danny Elfman brought in the Batman soundtrack from his Batman, obviously the Tim Burton Batman and Batman Returns, etc. To then have Robert Pattinson be like a young Ben Affleck in the 90s, which then would be young Michael Keaton or older Michael Keaton. I don't know, it's confusing. I'm sure Flashpoint will obviously, if that ever happens, because obviously with the situation with Ezra Miller choking that girl, we don't know if that was a joke or not. So obviously, I'm sure Flashpoint will sort that out and just bring all the universes together now. Because I mean, like, the MCU have got a multiverse, obviously, and then it's planning to expand that within Doctor Strange 2, which obviously we now know has been directed by Sam Raimi, the original Spider-Man director. How cool is that going to be? You know for a fact that Tobey Maguire is going to show up as Spider-Man in Doctor Strange 2. It's screaming it. It's a missed opportunity if they don't have that situation. And I also think they'll probably try and recycle the Spider-Man 4 script and possibly have even Bruce Campbell cameo as his Mysterio. That was going to be obviously the opening credits of Spider-Man 4. Come on, you missed opportunities if you don't do these little things. You're never going to get to do it again. It'll give fans that kind of closure to his Spider-Man universe. And it's just fucking Sam Raimi, come on. But yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so like the DC universe have a sort of multiverse as well, so why couldn't we? Because obviously Flashpoint is essentially a multiverse, so if they're still planning to have Flashpoint as the main focus of the Flash 2 or the Flash first film, sorry, then they could easily tie them all in, and if push comes to shove, kill off Ben Affleck. I mean, I don't want it. I mean, I'm happy the guy getting brought back into the Batman universe, within the Justice League universe, let alone then getting killed off just in favour of introducing Robert Pattinson. But like I keep saying, we're talking about Superman here. I never actually knew about this, by the way. Like I've just only found this out like very recently via like Grace Randolph and Beyond the Trailer, Heroic Hollywood, etc. But it turns out that Henry Cavill, the reason why he only had like the reason why Superman had a from the shoulders down cameo in Shazam is because Henry Cavill demanded more money. The original story I get told was Henry Cavill was filming The Witcher or was filming something else. I think it was Witcher. And basically said, I can't do the cameo in Shazam, sorry, and Warner Bros. Took the hump. No, Moncherry. It turns out that Henry Cavill was actually demanding more money, and Warner Bros. Were just like, no. But Warner Bros. were said to actually be planning Man of Steel 2 if he'd done this cameo. And he wanted more money. Now, Henry Cavill is a great actor, a great guy. I mean, he's good in Mission Impossible Fallout. Great. He's good at playing a villain. He's good at playing a good guy as well. He's good at playing the American Boy Scout, Superman, and then playing a vicious, bad, undercover CIA prick. Fantastic in Mission Impossible. I hope he comes back for the next one. I hope a flashback or something. His twin fucking brother. I don't know. But to then get told that he basically took the hump. Now, don't get me wrong, right? He could be taking the hump due to the fact... He could be demanding more money and taking the hump due to the fact that he got shat on, basically, due to the whole mustache scandal with Justice League. I don't know. We don't know. But basically, the story goes, Henry Cavill wanted more money and Warner Bros. Were like, no. Now, take it with a pinch of salt. It's up to you. Accept it, don't accept it. So Man of Steel 2 was full steam ahead. Never happened. Hey ho, it is what it is. But now obviously Warner Bros. Know that they can't, I mean, they're pursuing a new Superman at some point, whether it's a new actor or Henry Cavill coming back and doing his bit parts, his wee cameos, which like we said is going to be lined up as the Nick Fury of the DCU, which I was like, what's the point? He's Superman, he's got more power than anyone in the world. I mean, come on, he's Superman. Why has he got wee cameos to be like, hi, I'm Superman, right, let's get this done. I would like to see him being like the teacher of Supergirl, his cousin obviously, in the Supergirl film that's been shelved. Bring that back to life, have him be the teacher. I mean, I take to see Supergirl like defeating the bad guy in her first film straight away like that. I want to see Superman coming in and helping her and being like, right, I need help from my older cousin. It's going to be good that way. I want to see Henry Cavill come back, but I think we'll need to accept that it is cameos. Now, don't get me wrong, in 3 years' time, it'll be the 10th anniversary of Man of Steel, and officially the 10th anniversary of like the official start of the DCU, Zack Snyder's obviously Snyderverse. I have got a funny feeling that what they'll do is they'll wait and see, Warner Bros. Will wait and see how the reception to the new cut of Justice League, the Snyder Cut, will happen. Now, supposedly the Snyder Cut is setting up further like DCU elements, Man of Steel 2, etc. And I think what they'll do is they'll then... So next year will then be 2 years till the 10th anniversary. So I think what they'll do is they'll do that. They'll have them maybe cameo in Wonder Woman 84, Aquaman 2, even though... I don't like superheroes just popping up just because why not? Like, see Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark in Spider-Man Homecoming. I love Tony Stark, love him to death. Right, obviously he's dead now. Oh, spoilers. But him popping up as a sort of mentor in Spider-Man Homecoming was good, but it felt kind of pushed. Like, they couldn't just have Spider-Man being himself. They have to have someone else to be like, just to make sure that everyone's like, he's in the MCU now, and that's it. So Superman kind of popping up in Aquaman 2, having a wee cameo they could quickly film for Wonder Woman 84, a wee cameo they could quickly film for Suicide Squad. I'm just like, being in Supergirl, fair enough. Being in Shazam, fair enough. You could maybe mentor Shazam and obviously make him, you know, more like knowing what he can do with his powers, etc. And obviously we know that he's definitely going to be fighting Black Adam at some point in the DCU. Now, I mean, it needs to happen. It can't not happen. That's like having no I was going to say having no butter on your toast, but I hate butter, so bad analogy. It's like having no cheese in your burger. Come on, cheeseburger. But on other news of Superman, now obviously we've spoke about Henry Cavill's, it's happening, the deal's happening at some point, we don't know when, but it's going to happen. Brandon Routh, who obviously played the one-time Superman, in Superman Returns, 2006's Bryan Singer's directed, fueled Superman Returns, which obviously was a return to the Superman universe, the Christopher Reeve universe, minus Superman 3, minus Superman 4. It was the first, I think it was the first time that a film had like not acknowledged, well, it's the first time in like that I've known that a film has not acknowledged like previous sequels. So it was brilliant. Superman's back on Earth. He's back after searching for, you know, Krypton, etc., the Kryptonians, etc. And he comes back, and do you know what? I give him his due. Henry Cavill, Brandon Routh was a tremendous Superman. He was perfectly like modelled as if he was like a new Christopher Reeve. It just he had everything down to a T, to his antics as Clark Kent, to then being that superior god of power. He was such a good Superman. So obviously, I mean, Superman Returns was a good film. I'll give it its due. It was a good film. The action sequences were quite cool. Fair enough. It was a bit campy at times, and a bit kind of like, oh, I'm the last Krypton, I hate that. Lois Lane's married and she's got a kid, but it might be my kid, so I might not be the last Krypton. Bit pathetic, that's not Superman. But I don't know how to explain it. Kevin Smith's the best one to explain. He explained it all. It was funny. He slates it rotten, but he slates it, doesn't slate it. Lex Luthor though, Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor, he was such a good Lex Luthor, but he kind of brought nothing new to the table. It was still the same real estate, I'm going to kill half the world and I'm going to make them pay to move into my Fortress of Solitude hotel. Just, your Lex Luthor be more, don't get me wrong, he was more sadistic and sinister, but he just, I don't know, just kind of, and I know we don't talk about Kevin Spacey, shh. But you know, so Brandon Routh obviously returned as Superman in CW's Arrowverse Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now I've not seen it. I did buy the DVD the other day though. I bought the DVD the other day, £7 from Asda, all 5 episodes. I've lost track of the Arrowverse of what's going on, but I have been told that whether you know the Arrowverse or not, watch that. That'll get you back in. It'll hook you. It's like the end game kind of thing of the Arrowverse. It'll hook you in, and whether you know everything or not, just watch it. And it'll get you back into it. And just backtracks. I've got it. Obviously, Brandon Routh reprised his role as Superman in that. It's not quite confirmed if it was Kingdom Come Superman, even though the attire, the Superman attire that he wore was very shadowed a lot of the Superman, the Kingdom Come Superman. But then he also referenced like past like Christopher Reeve situations, like he's fought himself before, Superman 3 obviously. So there's a few references here and there. So it turns out that Warner Brothers, along with HBO and CW, obviously, because CW are obviously involved, it's their DC universe, but obviously it's Warner Brothers property. They've all taken a shine to Brandon Routh. Now Brandon Routh was obviously supposed to come back for a Superman 2, a Superman Returns 2, which was obviously called The Man of Steel, which was in 2008 or 2009, I think it was 9 actually. And it was to involve Brainiac, etc. And obviously due to the it wasn't a critical mess, it wasn't a fan mess, it wasn't a box office mess, but it didn't make as much as what it should have. And then before you know it, years went by and the contract for Brandon Routh ran out. Thankfully he got brought back in to do it again, and he loved it. He loved being Superman. I've seen the scenes with him as Superman. He's so cool. He's got the grey, kind of greyer hair, so he is very Kingdom Come Superman. He was so cool. It's powerful. It's brilliant seeing him back in again, and obviously like being in scenes along with the current CW proper full-time Superman, Tyler Hoechlin, I think it is, who's obviously he's got his own Superman and Lois series, and obviously I think there's a slight rumour that Brandon Routh could return as Superman within that universe. Obviously, you know, multiverse, it could happen. You know what I mean? It could happen within the DCU. But supposedly Warner Brothers are trying to push for like HBO Max original content, like a Green Lantern live action TV show, which I've got. Obviously, I'm going to have that. I'm leaving it for another video. And something to do with Batman. I'll leave for another video. But they're trying to push for a Superman HBO Max limited Superman Returns, Kingdom Come Superman sequel of some sorts, which will bring Routh back as Superman. Now, I'd be fucking jacked to the tits for that. How cool would that be to get that man back on the main screen as Superman on his own terms, on his own universe, on his own limited series, whatever, I don't care. It'd be so cool. It'd be amazing. So, I mean, like, I think it's now down to the fans if they want it. I mean, a lot of fans have petitioned for Brandon Routh back as Superman in some shape, way or form. Now, if Release the Snyder Cut can happen, why not make Superman HBO Max happen? So, it could happen, But yeah, so that's enough. So, I've basically gave you an update on Henry Cavill's Superman, Brandon Routh's Superman. So yeah, balls in your court, guys. If you want to see Henry Cavill return, petition. If you want to see Brandon Routh return, petition. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which involves, is a Batman one, or Ben Affleck, and there's a Green Lantern one. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, you know the game.